Welcome back to CBS This Morning Saturday. We begin our last half hour with an offer to step back in time that drew an incredible response from around the world. East Brother Island in San Francisco Bay is home to a Victorian-era lighthouse. Ships still rely on it and tourists visit in droves, but only 2 people will get to call it their home. John Blackstone has their story.
On San Francisco Bay, an isolated island seemingly frozen in the 1870s presented an unusual job opportunity. Living and working in a Victorian lighthouse, thousands found it irresistible.
You name a country, Russia, China, Cambodia, Vietnam, but I'm telling you, I can't think of a country in the world we didn't get applications from. There were some I hadn't even heard of,
Tom Butt was in charge of recruiting 2 people to replace Jillian Meeker and Che Rogers, who've been working at the East Brother Light Station for the past 2 years.
There's not technically an address. We live on a rock.
They were shocked so many people wanted the job.
Within an hour of that article being put out online, we were getting phone calls every 5 minutes. Our website crashed, I think, 3 times.
I think this really epitomizes that for people that, living in this Victorian lighthouse on a small island in the middle of a bay. There's a huge desire to step back from the pace of modern life.
But the pace of life on the island isn't exactly laid back.
Cook and server and dishwasher and housekeeper and, concierge.
The East Brother Light Station is one of the country's more unusual bed and breakfast inns. Jillian and Che do everything from running the boat that brings guests to the island to cooking and serving meals.
This is where we spend most of our day, actually, is in the kitchen.
But not bad, looking out the window here, a view of San Francisco. And
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, it's completely distracting sometimes.
The 5 Victorian-era bedrooms offer dramatic views of waves and wildlife on San Francisco Bay.
this lighthouse is now considered a treasure, but at one time the Coast Guard was ready to demolish it until lighthouse lovers stepped in to save it.
The light itself was automated by the Coast Guard years ago, but now it's a favorite location for island visitors.
The guests can come up here whenever they want. A lot of proposals happen up here.
The visitors this day are Tyler Watterson and Tiffany Dance, the couple selected from more than 1,000 applicants to run the place.
People always ask, are you going to have a cook, or is there a maintenance person or anything? And it's all us.
You're going to be living in the 1870s.
Which I'm okay with. I do enjoy suffrage and women's rights, but other than that, I think I'll be quite fine with it, yeah.
Among their new duties, learning to get the old foghorn up and running as a noisy demonstration for overnight guests. They learn as well that of all the impressive views here, no guest wants to miss the sunset.
Are we going to have to take a break before dessert in the summertime to go see the sunset?
We found that out very, very quickly, and we absolutely build in a sunset break.
While the job is more innkeeper than lighthouse keeper, 2 years on the island taught Jillian and Che why so many people wanted to work in a lighthouse.
I think there's something very symbolic about being the person whose job it is to keep everyone safe and being isolated in that way, but also serving such a strong purpose.
For CBS This Morning Saturday, John Blackstone on East Brother Island.
Wow.
Those views. I know. And how many guests did they say could stay there?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to be a guest. I don't think I want to be the innkeeper.
I see a show trip coming up there.
There it is.
Good idea.